Right now, you're living in a virtual prison, trading your dreams for pixels on a screen. The truth is, video games are designed to keep you weak, distracted, and unfulfilled. While you keep chasing fake wins, your actual life is slowly slipping away. But what if I was to tell you that it doesn't have to be this way? That you don't have to be lonely and unfulfilled forever? And that you can actually get a grasp of your current situation and live the dream life you've always wanted. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you 5 reasons why I think video games are ruining your life without you even realizing it. Let's get started. Lesson number 1, dopamine addiction. What if I was to tell you that the reason why you rely on video games and have so much fun while playing them is because of dopamine addiction? Quite frankly, these past 6, 7, 8 years that you've been playing video games for, you've kind of rewired your brain's reward system to think that you're doing the right thing and that this gives you the most good pleasure. You've told your brain that you feel most happiest in the virtual world and not the real world. What is dopamine? You experience dopamine when you do something that feels good. A gym workout, progressing, building that business, attracting that girl. There's good and there's bad dopamine. I just listed a couple of the good dopamines. Unfortunately, you have a dopamine addiction to kind of the bad stuff, including video games, which is the topic of this video. You find going to the gym hard, you find starting a business hard or boring because you're putting all of your attention and brain power into this virtual world. Quite frankly, you are addicted to the virtual world. And you don't think anything's wrong with that. You think, 1 hour of video games, it's fun. It's my relaxation time. It helps me relax. But does it really help you relax? Or is it just an addiction right now that you're severely struggling with? Because I know with younger Adrian, when I first started going to the gym, at the same time, I had a brutal, severe video game addiction. I was playing video games for 8, 9 hours a day till 3, 4 a.m. The gym always felt hard, especially in the initial stages, when you're a beginner. It's always hard trying to tell your brain that this is the right thing to do. It feels good while or after I do it, but at least starting it is extremely hard. So I was battling, trying to change my life around with the gym and video games. Video games is always the easy option. My brain was so accustomed to, don't go to the gym today. Just play the new 2K with your friends. Go gym tomorrow. I had this dopamine addiction crazy bad. And how did I combat it? How did I become aware of it? How did I improve on it? Baby steps. Your actionable step for this lesson is I want you to become aware of how many hours a day you spend playing video games. If it's 6 hours, cool, great. Get a whiteboard, write down, I play 6 hours of video games a day. Now you know. Now you have a target. Now you want to get under this. Even if you can just go from 6 to 5 hours, bro, that's progress. And that's you starting to slowly teach your brain that you're getting a grasp of these bad dopamines and you're challenging your brain, your reward system. Start spending less time in the virtual world, more time going to the gym and building your body. Before you know it, you have now rewired your brain, and the gym is the new habit you're addicted to because you actually feel good and you feel way more fulfilled knowing that you're making legitimate progress in the real world and not some bullshit progress which you can tell your friends about in this little dome, but when you go on a date, like these virtual achievements mean like literally nothing. So please, first off, become aware that right now you're chasing bad dopamine and it is not improving any area in your life, but just leaving you feel even more depressed, more sad, more lonely. Take action on this first step and you almost shock yourself about the fact that you weren't chasing good dopamine sooner. Lesson number 2, wasted potential. Genuinely ask yourself how many hours in the last year that just went past, how many hours did you waste playing video games? You play video games 6 hours a day, 365 times 6. I'm not that good at math, but I know that's a lot of fucking hours wasted. Now think outside the box. Theoretically, let's say these 1,000 plus hours wasted. What if you were to spend these 1,000 hours on something that has more value? A business, content creation, the gym, combat sport, reading, journaling, meditation. A lot of people say they don't have time to accomplish their goals. But then at the same time, they waste so much time playing video games because that's their relaxation time. Brother, fuck relaxation time. You don't need relaxation time. You need a purpose. You need a mission. You need to save your family financially, to put your future bloodline in a better situation than where they're currently at. If you're truly, truly masculine, you know deep down you feel most happiest when you have those periods of times when you're like super, super disciplined, when you know you've gone from one level to the next. That's when you feel most happiest. And right now, you bloody cope so much and think you don't have enough time and think you can't do something that's kind of scary because you're really, really busy. It's cope. Like, it's genuinely cope. Have you ever even like wrote down your full day and how you spend your time in every single hour? Or do you just wake up with no plan, kinda give it your all, you go gym, you work your 9 to 5, you still have a good quality 6 hours to do something meaningful. But you just waste it because, oh, you've done enough. I've done enough. I did what I had to do. No one has to know about how I spend these free hours I have. I'll just indulge in instant comfort. I'll play the new season of Black Ops. Waste this great opportunity I have. The time is now. I'm turning 23 in May. I sold my video game console when I was 21. It was the best investment or choice I've ever made. I was talking to my brother. We looked across our room. We're like, bro, when was the last time we touched the PlayStation? It's been months. So why don't we sell it? Quite frankly, it's just sitting there collecting dust. And when we do play it, we regret the fact that we played it and we feel like shit. We feel unproductive. We feel like, why the fuck did we do that when we could have recorded a video? So we sold it. Got some extra money. bought some more books, our life quality went from here to here. Just because of the fact that we took action on one little micro decision. Getting the huge balls to sell our video game console that we were so excited to buy like 5 years ago. Oh, the new PS5's coming out. This is going to be amazing. Oh my God, my life is going to be fulfilled. No. If anything, the more hours we spent in the virtual world, this correlated strongly to us just being more depressed. It wasn't when we sold it and we spent more of our time, more of our hours that we each have in a day. We all have 24 hours. We sold it and we spent more of our time doing stuff, which was kind of hard in the moment, but benefited us in the long term. Imagine where you would be a year from now if you took action on this and actually sold your console. As bored as you might become, as much FOMO as you may get, knowing that all your friends are still playing the new Call of Duty. Imagine where you would be. Better body, start of a business, better social skills because you're actually going outside and not staying in your fucking room. Your life will be completely different. Actionable step for this lesson, sell your console now. Lesson number 3, escape from reality. I get it, bro. You feel stuck. You don't like your situation that much. You hate your job. You hate your body. You even kind of hate your friendship group. You hate all these things, but when you get home and you go in your room, you don't really want to tackle these problems you have with your life. If anything, you put them on hold. You ignore them. You pretend that they don't exist. And you jump right into the virtual world. You escape from reality. You don't really want to tackle your problems because they kind of scare you. Why do what's hard when you can just click the on button, beep, grab your controller and just mindlessly stare at a 60-inch plasma TV for 8 hours? I'm going to give you some brutal masculine advice and tell you that right now, if something's hard, it's probably worth doing. I'm not sitting here today in this chair telling you that all the decisions I made, selling my console, reading those books, doing all this self-improvement stuff, I'm not trying to tell you that it was easy and it was a cakewalk and that I really, really wanted to do it. Yeah, sure, at times I was more motivated than like other days, but majority of the time it did fucking suck. It was hell. Knowing all my friends were in a huge party, like all 8 of them playing video games, and I was just in my room reading a book. That sucked. And what made it a lot harder for myself personally was the fact that I still stayed in these group chats we had. So they were talking about the video game and I would like always open the chats. I wouldn't say anything, but I'd read it. Kind of made me feel like I was still in the group because I wanted to hold on. I didn't want to be fully alone. But that just made the FOMO worse, bro. If anything, it made me more likely to just, okay, let's put the book down. 1 more hour of video games, then I'll lock in again. It's not going to be easy. You have to face your problems with this masculine aggression. You need to start utilizing more of these dark emotions like narcissism, ego, aggression. Because when you can have more of these like dark masculine traits, be pissed off with your life and knowing that you're not happy with your body, not happy with your ability to like speak to girls. When you have this anger, bro, you're not going to want to escape reality that much anymore. You're going to want to face reality, face your fears and conquer them. Set goals, smash them, and set even bigger goals. I know every single time you finish your gaming session, you literally feel worse than before you started the session. Knowing that, oh, now the fun's over, now I'm going to go back to my job, go through shit again, and then do the same cycle. Escape reality and back into my shit life. Escape reality and back into... The time is now. How long are you going to keep this shitty cycle going, bro? Start getting pissed off. I'm pissed off at you knowing that you relapsed and you coped last night and said, oh, one more session won't hurt. Oh, FIFA with the boy. Fuck that shit. You feel better when you say no. No to not jumping into hell. Yeah, it might be a little bit painful at the start, but every single time after or the next day, you are relieved that you didn't waste time. Actionable step for this lesson is right now, if you know you don't really relate with these friends anymore, but you're still in their group chats and they're talking about video games, your actionable step for this lesson is to leave those group chats. Just because you want to better your life. It's not that you have anything against these friends. Deep down, they're good guys. It's just that you personally, you want more from life. You want to improve your situation. It all starts with disconnecting from the server. Disconnecting from the group chat. FOMO will be decreased. Yeah, you might feel a bit lonely, but bro, it'll only take like a matter of weeks and you'll forget how you were so addicted to video games. Like, it literally doesn't mean anything. You don't make that many memories. If anything, now you're going to just actually start your life and click the on button on real life. So please, leave those group chats. Lesson number 4, fake achievement. You've been brainwashed. You think these past couple years that you've been progressing so much. Climbing the ranks, getting rewards, virtually. The reason why you're not setting goals in real life is because you're sapping all of your masculine energy in these goals that are in the virtual world. Think about it. There are 2 versions of you. There's the version of you who's chasing goals, making progress, improving his life, and not playing video games. And then there's the other version of you who's trying to progress, trying to level up, but also at the same time he copes and says, no, I still got to make sure my rank in this game is staying high. You're trying to like balance 2. Whose life is going to be better from a year from now? The guy who's gone all in on what actually matters? Or the guy who's trying to balance and thinks by having balance he'll have more fun? If I can just go to the gym on these 3 days, but also play 2 hours of video games, I think I should be okay. Balance. This makes life more for fun. Bro, it's one or the other. One or the other. You can't do both. If you have a lot of fun leveling up virtually, by all means, bro, take that route. Because I know if you take that route, that's just one less competitor in the competition of life. Makes my path easier. Not like you're challenging me anyway. As narcissistic as this sounds, this should be the mindset if you want more from life. Every single hour you waste, some random guy has now overtaken you and is one step closer to stealing your dream girl. Oh, but Adrian, it's not, life's just not... Are you masculine? I know you are. If you clicked on this video, you wanted answers. You wanted me to tell you that, oh, video games aren't good, but you can still play. No, not good enough. You clicked on this video because you thought I would share something valuable. Well, here it is. You have to pick one or the other. Do you want to level up in real life? Or do you want to kind of do both, even though that will just keep you handicapped and you won't really make it that far? You have to go all in, knowing you're giving yourself and your future bloodline the best chance of success. Real success. You love success. Don't say you don't. You do. You love getting status in the virtual world. You love getting respect in the virtual world. But you can literally do that in real life, bro. This illusion of progress is the reason why you've been staying in the same position the last 5 years. Flip this. Start spending every single hour of your day on something purposeful, meaningful, productive. Because that's going to make you 20 times more happier than the version of you who's trying to balance these two fucking things out, alright? Actionable step for this lesson is to go all in. Lesson number 5, social isolation. I left this lesson last because it hits hard. Right now, one of the main reasons why you play video games is to keep feeling connected and to not feel lonely. To talk to your friends. But what if I was to tell you that the fact you keep committing the act of playing video games to feel less lonely is quite frankly only making you 10 times more lonely? Genuinely ask yourself, are these friends you're speaking to in the virtual world, are you speaking about stuff which you're actually interested in? Or are all the conversations purely just about the game and not about real life problems? I know with me, all of the hours and time I spent playing video games with my friends, I didn't really relate with them as much as I thought I did. All of the conversations were just about the game. If I was to meet up with them in real life, we'd just speak about the game. Bro, there is so much more to life than these games. Have you ever had a real, genuine connection with someone, a fulfilling relationship, when you speak about bigger problems and more inspiring and motivating and educational stuff? Speaking about books, speaking about relationships, business. You're scared to not play video games now because you think you'll be lonely and you think that you can't speak to the boys anymore. Yeah, it might be a bit more lonely at first, but it's a small little dip for a huge fucking trajectory, bro. You stop wasting times virtually, you now have more time to read books about social skills, become even more charismatic, more entertaining, more attractive, way more better traits. And yeah, you might not have friends right now, but you spend the time trying to become a better individual, you will attract who you will want to attract. It just works like that. You keep wasting your time virtually, bro, you're not going to attract shit. Real masculine men or girls. You're going to be a loner forever. And you're going to continue to cope and waste time. Just be disconnected. You know that meme of the guy just playing video games like his soul was just out of it? That's going to be you if you don't take action on these 5 lessons which I've told you to. It's not being social. Being social is doing stuff with other guys which is challenging and hard. You can push each other. You can grow with one another. You don't grow as much as you think you do from these video games. What if you were to erase this and start going on actual quests? Climbing a mountain, doing something hard, leg day, boxing, some hard, grueling activity that makes your heart pound faster than it ever has. Start sweating, start getting drenched, start huffing and puffing, and saying to yourself, this is fucking hard, but I wouldn't have it any other way, because I know when I push myself to the absolute limit, that's when it's 100 times easier to sleep at night. That's when I overthink 100 times less than my current self. I know when I give it my all, I can sleep peacefully. I can speak to anyone calmly, knowing that I'm where I'm meant to be because I did the work. I listened to Adrian. I sold my console. I realized that I was chasing fake dopamine this whole time and that it was actually making me less happier than more happier. I stopped joining the parties. I left the group chats because I realized that the only conversations we were having were about the game and not about the more meaningful stuff in life like relationships, progress, business, success, real fucking success. I know this video has probably motivated you, but what I also know is that you're probably going to get a notification from one of your friends soon in that group chat. And they're going to ask you 2 words. And how you react to these 2 words will quite frankly change the whole trajectory of your life. They're going to ask you, get on. I'll leave the rest with you and how you answer this question. Video games are ruining your life. I hope this video motivated or educated you. I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching mentorship. It'll be the first link in the description. Also, make sure to click the subscribe button and also that little bell icon so you're kind of like reminded when I do post these types of videos and you can watch them and educate yourself as soon as humanly possible. Other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Peace.